Today I'll be taking a closer look at the Army of Darkness Ash figure from Sideshow Collectibles. In terms of the box art, as you can see, they've taken the film poster there, which is a really cool film poster. I think it's really nicely painted and done a good job on that. So great to have that as the front cover. When we turn the box around, we can see on the back there that we can see the Ash figure that I'll be looking at today, but you can also see the variant that they released, which is sort of the possessed Ash figure as well, which looks really cool. And there's the side panel there, so a mix of the figure and some artwork from the film, which is great. And of course, when we open the flap, we can see the figure inside, but we also have the really nice credits from the film and like the film reel with images from the film, which is brilliant as well. So here is the figure out of packaging. I think, as usual with Sideshow, you know what to expect when it comes to the articulation. They do all pretty much use the same bodies from this time, the same moulds. But obviously what you get is a greater level of detailing in terms of the costume. The head sculpts vary quite massively depending on who it is they're doing a portrait of, and of course the accessories as well. So first impressions, I have to say it's not the most visually appealing action figure in the world, but it is screen accurate. I think this is, they've captured that pretty faithfully in terms of his look in the film, so that's fair enough. With Sideshow figures from this time, it really all comes down to the head sculpt. In my opinion, this is not a good likeness of Bruce Campbell. I really don't like it. I fully appreciate what they were going for, obviously giving him the scars and the bit of battle damage there to make him, more authentic to the film. And in some lights, at certain angles, it looks more like him, but I just think when you look head on like this, it's wrong. Which is a shame because obviously it throws shade on what is otherwise a really good figure, like in terms of the accessories and the detailing on them, it's really good. My other gripe with this figure would be the cape. It really is just an oblong piece of cloth. So from the back it looks pretty terrible really. Now when you position it to the side there, it's nice and loose, and on its side it looks a lot better, but it's still not great. However, things improve massively when you take the cape off and you'd have his classic look, and thankfully the figure is versatile enough in terms of its look that it could be from Evil Dead 2, could be from the TV series, and I like that it's not just tied to the one film. Now he does have his gauntlet hand here, his metal gauntlet hand, which is really nice. There's some lovely detail on that, and it does look very metallic, which is great. And there's lots of little details in terms of the buckles on the straps around his chest there. And of course, his shotgun that he comes with, again, fits beautifully into his hand. Like it's fantastic with his trigger finger there. It looks brilliant. And I also love that the fact that with this shotgun, of course, it does actually snap open, which looks really cool. And I love that Sideshow were doing this all those years ago, just giving the weapons articulation and making them feel authentic for the 1/6 scale, and just give the extra detail there. It just looks fantastic. So likewise, he does also of course come with his saw hand, which he can kind of have attached to him, or he can actually have on his wrist. Again, it looks very screen accurate, lots of nice detailing on this, and it creates quite a cool look for the figure as well. So yeah, nice job with this. And you can see they've added some of the gore or the blood splatter on the change floor there, so it just gives it a little bit extra texture, and just extra detail there that just really makes the figure pop. So I think they've done a fantastic job with this. Here's the reverse, so again you can see the detail in there of being able to start the motor up and whatnot. So yeah, great looking thing. And you can start to see some of the dynamic poses, you can start to put him in and get a sense of the possibilities with this figure. And he does have an awful lot of potential when you start exploring this. And thankfully that does come down mainly to the accessories. Now he does come with this holster as well. It's leather, very nice fabric and nicely textured. But for the life of me, I cannot work out how you're supposed to attach it to this figure. Now this may be purely down to me, so I'm not going to knock it for this, but I really struggled. It has these two little straps here that are very fine, very delicate pieces of leather. I did notice that he does have these two sort of loops, leather loops, on a very flimsy piece of leather on his back there, but they don't quite seem to be spaced apart on the actual holster. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be using these or not, but they don't seem to connect together very well, and the positioning when I have played with it doesn't look right where it fits on him, so I leave it off. I struggled with that. He does have I have utilised one of those loops to put his chainsaw. Again, never really quite looks right. I mean, he certainly wouldn't want to carry his chainsaw like that. It should dangle to his side, but for the life of me, without using his arm to hold it in position, I don't know how you're supposed to get it like that. Again, that might be purely me, so I'm not going to knock any points off it for that, but I just wanted to point it out. Overall, this is a nice looking figure. I think the top marks really go to the accessories, his gauntlet glove, some of the nice detailing on his belt and things like that. I just feel very let down by the head sculpt. For me, that is a real problem and very disappointing. For what it could have potentially been, you know, a really, really strong figure, which is a real shame because I want to love it more than I do. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, please do give it a like. And remember to subscribe as I'll be posting more videos soon.